Let's talk about something most men never truly understand. It's not that attraction disappears or that connection fades. It's that the experience becomes predictable. And when something feels predictable, it loses its intensity. The truth is, real connection is built through anticipation, control, and how you guide the moment instead of rushing through it without awareness. Most men move too fast. They skip the buildup. They focus only on the outcome. But the real power is not in the result. It is in how you create the journey leading up to it. That is where everything begins to change. The first thing you need to understand is pacing. Slow does not mean weak. Slow means controlled, intentional. When you slow things down, you create awareness. Every moment feels stronger, more noticeable, more real. And that is what builds anticipation. When anticipation builds, something shifts. The energy changes. The moment becomes more engaging, more intense, more connected. And that connection is what creates a lasting impression. Now, here is where most people make a mistake. They find something that works, and they keep repeating it again and again, without change, without variation. But the mind does not respond to repetition. It responds to contrast, to variation, to moments that feel different from what came before. This is where control comes in. You are not just reacting. You are guiding the experience. You are deciding when to slow down, when to build, and when to increase intensity. That control creates confidence, not loud confidence, not forced behavior, but calm, steady confidence, the kind that shows in how you move, how you respond, how you carry the moment forward. Now let's talk about the buildup. This is where most of the magic happens. You do not rush it. You allow it to grow, step by step, moment by moment. Because the longer the buildup, the stronger the response. When you stay in that space, something changes. The experience becomes deeper, more meaningful, more engaging, and that is what creates intensity without forcing anything. Another important element is variation. You do not stay in one rhythm. You shift, you adjust, you create contrast, sometimes slow, sometimes more intense, sometimes steady, sometimes unpredictable. That variation keeps everything alive. It keeps the mind engaged. It keeps the energy moving. And that is what makes the experience feel dynamic, not mechanical, not repetitive, but real. Now, here is something powerful, pulling back at the right moment. Most people think you should keep going, but sometimes stepping back slightly creates more anticipation. It makes the next moment feel stronger because the mind begins to expect what comes next. And that expectation builds intensity naturally. This is where patience becomes important. You do not rush. You do not force. You allow the moment to develop. And when you do that, everything feels more natural, more effortless, more connected. Awareness also plays a big role. You need to notice small changes, small reactions, small signals that show how the moment is unfolding. These signals guide you. They tell you when to continue, when to slow down, when to shift. And when you follow them, everything feels smoother, more natural, more aligned. Confidence ties everything together, not loud, not exaggerated, but calm and grounded. The kind of confidence that comes from knowing what you are doing and trusting yourself in the moment. When you have that, the energy changes. The interaction becomes more relaxed, more open, more engaging. Another important idea is balance. You do not stay too slow, but you also do not stay too intense. You move between both. You create contrast. You create rhythm. And that rhythm is what keeps everything flowing naturally. Most people never reach this level. They stay stuck in one pattern, one rhythm, one way of doing things. And because of that, the experience feels limited. But when you understand this, everything changes. You stop repeating. You start adapting. You stop forcing. You start flowing. And that is where real connection begins. Because connection is not about one action. It is about the entire experience. It is about how moments connect, how energy shifts, how anticipation builds. When you understand that, your approach changes naturally. You become more aware, more intentional, more confident, and that alone creates a powerful difference. In the end, it is not about doing more. It is about doing things with awareness, with control, with presence. And when you do that, everything changes.